everybody. This is the Visionaries podcast. We got a fine set of gentlemen that are going to be introduced here in a second. We're going to start with the person on the top. We got Captain Cruels, the Cruelios back in the day. If he didn't drop his phone this time, he's going to be able to introduce himself. What's up, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? How are you, man?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm glad to have you here. It's nice to have you here. We're going to go on to Gabriel, also known as Rooster. How
Yo,
you
what's
doing,
good?
man? What's
I'm
up?
chilling, bro. I'm a little sick. How about you?
You a little sick?
Yeah,
I'm good, man.
a
I'm
little
good.
bit.
It's nice to have you here. The boy E Coco, also known as Ethan.
Hello.
How are you,
how's
man?
it going?
How
Doing
are you,
good.
man?
Doing good.
Listen, I
vibing.
love
I'm
you.
vibing on the
I love you.
streets.
I'm really glad to have you here with us.
Big illies up. Throw the illies up. You know what I'm saying?
Really up for the mommies.
Illy.
All right, we got our boy Meximer, the Canadian Moose.
Hey,
hear
Abu,
you,
what's
man.
up? What's up? Hey,
Abu,
Abu.
how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm ready to do this podcast and have fun.
I'm excited for this. I'm really glad that we got everybody out here.
It-
And it was at a quick notice too. Everybody was like, "Hell yeah, let's do this."
It's been a long time. I'm pretty sure it's been a long time since we all have hopped in a call.
So the big question with E Coco is, when is this album dropping? A lot of people are wondering. I
The
want to
next
know
one.
the next album. Do you have an official date, or are you in the works for it? What's the big deal with this album?
If I'm being completely honest, I literally have no idea. But because I have like phases to making music. So like
Right.
I'm in the very beginning, like early phase of like making beats. So I just make like tons of beats. I probably have like 500 right now, and then I
Mhm.
go through and after I haven't listened to them for a while, I get like a new perspective, like if they sound good or not. Because as you're making it, it's kind of hard to decide if they're like
Right.
material that you can use or not. So I don't really know. I mean, I got a couple songs. I don't know if I'm ever gonna release them, but I'll definitely have an album coming out at some point. Definitely by the end of 2020.
I remember one time I clicked on Zeke's channel and I saw the rap battle and I just see like Minecraft like renders behind a brick wall and there you guys are just freestyling and I was like, oh god, we did these type of videos. And I see the views and it's like 400 views and like 25 likes and like people literally watched us look like idiots for so long. We did the stupidest things.
I was just listening to it the other day. Someone sent it. I think it was you, Preston. Like I randomly messaged you and asked if it was still up, and you sent it to me, and I listened to it. I'm like, what were we doing, dude?
Yeah,
I go back to
know,
that sometimes.
bad.
And my raps are absolutely. I'm like trying to rhyme things with like fucking lawnmower. Who was the one that rhymed things with lawnmower?
You're talking about lawnmower 64.
Dude, yo, that's where it came from. Do I remember like sometimes we'd be in Skype and Zeke's be like, I hear like Ethan go lawnmower 69 and shit like that. I'm like, what is he saying?
No.
Lawnmower lover 64 was like Zach's like name.
Do you guys remember when all of us hopped into a server dressed up as Tyrones?
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. We literally
We
had
did
like
a SpongeBob
I
one.
was about to say the SpongeBob one was the one I remember the most.
Okay, so I got one for Gabe, right?
Oh my
Rooster.
god. All right, hit me, bro. Shoot.
This is probably gonna be a very simple answer to this, but we
Okay.
all want to know why back in the day you sold your computer for you.
The summer before freshman year, like, damn, I'm young, bro. I'm so young compared to you guys, but
yeah.
the summer before
Right.
freshman year, like, I was on my PC, like, I was on H1 like all the time, in CS,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so, and we would all be on, like, Discord and Skype, like, you guys play with me. Anyways, so once high school started, I found out that, like, I wasn't using it, like, I would not, like, I used to use this every day, my computer. I used to use it every day. Then I started high school. That kind of changed me low key. And then I just stopped
Right.
using it, I would use it like once a week, if that, and like probably for homework, So I don't know. I just stopped using it. My phone broke, and I needed money. I needed money for a phone, bro. Like I'm a high school student. I need a phone, And my PC just sitting here, like it just collecting dust. So I sold it. Got like 4 bands for it, which is pretty decent. Sold it. Got a new phone.
I got a question for Maxmer, because obviously this dude, he's still doing YouTube. He's still fucking grinding it out. like what goal are you trying to achieve with Twitch, and how are you gonna do it?
My goal for Twitch and YouTube is just to have fun. Like it's at this point where like I don't like I work a full-time job, I go to school, and then I use whatever free time I have for YouTube. It's just I want to have fun. I want to be like I was 4 years ago with my phone, where like people were watching my videos and they enjoyed it and stuff like that, and it was fun, right? Remember it was the fun times back then.
Do you shave your pubes? But
Yeah.
really clean.
Dude, actually, can I tell you the honest story? I shaved 3 fucking days ago, and I didn't know that it used a dull razor, so now I'm chafing, and my entire pubic area is fucking itchy.
Ethan, I'm gonna let you handle this. Man. You go ahead.
I definitely shave.
So there was a time where I was sitting in a lobby with Zexis, I'm pretty sure it could have been Christian or Gabe, and Zach, and we were playing Minecraft console, and Zach had tricked me on Kick that he was a woman. He was catfishing me, and I was like sitting in the lobby with my cousin and all the boys, and I was like, dude, I've never sent nudes before. Do I send nudes and stuff? And I was like, I think I was like 15, like, you know, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing this. And I haven't shaved before, so I got like, I have really curly hair, so I grow my hair out, and I grow my pubic hair. So I got coarse, curly afro pubic hair down there, and I'm like, so I get my wiener out, you know, do my little thing, and I take the picture, and I send it. I just remember coming back to my TV screen, and there are dicks built in Minecraft all over. And I knew from that moment that I had reached defeat. Because what happened was Zach had saved it. I don't know why he saved it, but he saved it and sent it to our group. And he sent it to our group chat. And all the boys, everyone that was in the group chat saw my penis, including my cousin. And I just remember everyone going, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Okay, so how about the other side? How about females with pubic hair?
Like giving oral. If she's like not my girl, then I'm not. I don't know if
Not
you guys
your
like
girl.
like,
What do you?
Because no. Let me explain. Because I feel like no,
I
like
fuck hoes
I feel
all
like
the time, Gabe.
dude, I don't know if you guys can relate like at all. Like, but like if she's not my girl, I'm not going like down. But like if I'm not going down, and we're just like like having intercourse, then it's fine if she's not clean shaven. Like I'm not that picky when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
that's
it's a little bit,
good.
yeah, it's not that bad. But if it's, whack, a lot, like a big
Just
ass
Christian,
bush,
just
I ain't
Christian
gonna
goes,
do it.
"Oh, I'll be right back." Goes to his hillbilly shed, grabs a fucking weed whacker, and
Yeah, bro, that's how you gotta do it. Like a scary
Gas-powered
movie.
weed whacker. You're single, and you're interested in a girl. Do you like? Let's say this girl takes 25 minutes to text you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you open that, right? Or no, you don't open it. It's sent to you. Do you wait 25 minutes to open it, or
dude. Oh, okay, wait.
Or
What
you
app
just
is it on?
open it
Wait,
right
wait. What
away.
app is it on? Is it on Snapchat?
it can be on anything?
Okay, so if it's on,
Absolutely.
when I was young, when I was a little bit younger on Snapchat, if a girl had messaged me and I'm like, okay, I want this person to keep interested, I would wait 15 minutes. I'd purposely wait. I'd set a timer on my phone for 15 minutes, and then
Yeah,
at
you gotta
15
wait,
minutes, what I do
Okay,
is
so
I
yeah,
would
you play the game,
slightly,
you play the
but
game.
on Snapchat you can lightly slide, and you can without
Yes,
opening, you can
sir.
read what they
Yes,
say,
sir.
and if it's nothing
Yeah.
interesting, you leave them on
Oh.
longer. You leave them on red for longer until they message you again, and then you slide it. If it's
To
something
learn
that's
something?
yeah, if they were trying to interact with you more, then you do that. And what it does is
Okay.
it's like you never wait too long. If you wait more than 15 minutes, they know you're playing the game. And when they ask you, well, what are you doing? You go, oh, I was just hanging out with the boys, or I was helping my mom. Like, depending on who it is, if it's like a girl that's really wholesome and sweet, you always go with helping my mom, because the girls will love that. They'll be like, oh my god, he's helping his mother.
Yeah.
You play the
Don't wanna
games,
seem
dude.
attached, you know what I mean? So some people make it seem like there's like that interval where you don't text back, so you're like, oh yeah, I'm busy. That's considered the game. And I know there were some single people.
Is this like actually a thing? Like I've never
this is
heard.
actually
of
a
the
thing,
game.
like,
I've
you can
never
look it
heard
up.
of it.
Really? You've never
Yeah,
heard
it's
of
I
it?
gotta
it's-
see.
No,
I
I knew it was a
gotta,
thing. I knew it was a thing, but
Do you want to know? Do you guys want to know what Canadian gun laws are like here?
How ridiculous are they?
Okay, so there's you can have hunting rifles, and then there's certain guns you're allowed to have. Now, as you get them, how they have to be how they have to be placed is you have to have a gun. You have to have a safe inside of another safe. So you have to have a gun cabinet inside of a gun safe. Then the ammo has to be stored in a different location. It cannot be
What
stored
the
in the same
fuck?
place.
How the
And
fuck
as
am I supposed to kill somebody?
no, and then the guns have to have a trigger lock on it. So you have to have a trigger lock on all the guns, and you're the only one that's allowed to know the password. And you have to have your guns inspected too.
What do you think about like when people say that like we should not have guns? Like, what's your opinion on that?
My
Me?
opinion,
Oh,
personally me, I'm a responsible firearm owner. Like if I go somewhere, even out in the woods, if I shoot, I am not shooting towards no one's house. Hell no, there could be a child in that house. I don't want to kill that kid. You feel me?
So you're safe.
Like-
Okay.
You're definitely safe.
Yeah, like bro, like one time this dude sent me a video on Snapchat with his finger on the trigger. I said, "You fucking dumbass! Always keep your finger off the trigger." And a magazine was in it. Like always keep your finger off the trigger. Ride your finger
Yeah.
on the side of the gun.
Mhm.
I'm all about gun safety, and I think that it is all right to own a gun for self-defense. If you're a felon, no. If you've committed crimes that you shouldn't own a gun, no.
I do believe that I agree that everyone should have a right to a firearm. Like that's a right. I guess that American people like want. For Canadians, it's a lot different. If you notice and you stay close to the media of like Canada, there is not a lot of gun violence here because of the strict laws. There's I don't think there's rarely school shootings. There's rarely gun violence. The only time there's gun violence is gang related, and usually those are unlicensed firearms.
Yeah.
Now, for you guys to have
Unlicensed.
full access to guns all the time, I tend to see
All mine are
more
mine, man.
news. I tend to see more news about school shootings, shootings in a bar. Like I just tend to see it more, and I feel like the laws in America aren't as strict as they should be. Like Canada,
No,
you're
they're
still
not.
allowed
They're
firearms,
not.
but
They're not.
you see the Canadian firearm procedure. It is so big that you have to take a course to even get a gun. You have to pass so
Really?
much tests to do it. Yeah, you can't just go and buy a gun. You have to pass.
That's crazy.
You have to get your gun license. That
Right.
takes a while. That takes a course. That takes money. If somebody can't afford it, they're not going to take it, right? So they have to pay for this course, go through it. It's a few weeks course. They have to pass the test first off. Then they have to get all the proper stuff to be able to put their guns away, right? And anytime a cop can come into your house, ask you if you have weapons, yes, they check, they're not stored properly, you get a fine, they take them away.
Okay, so I'm sure we've all noticed. This one's for Ethan. The college parties, man.
I was just at one last night.
Yeah.
I mean, so like, you guys, it probably seems like I'm out partying all the time, but in reality, it's like maybe like okay, recently I've gone out 4 times in the past 2 weeks, which was on the weekends. But
Mhm.
usually, like when I first went to college, I went and checked out the scene, like the frats and stuff, and I was actually in one, but then I like dropped out of it after like 6 months. But yeah, like when I first went to college, I would just go to the parties and like most of the time I wouldn't even go, honestly. I would go and I would just kind of like be there and talk
Just
to a
kind
bunch
of
of
hang
people.
out and
Just hang out. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good time, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of people. Everybody's
Ethan,
Yeah, I just noticed that for sure.
yeah.
Ethan, what are some like activities that you do at these parties?
At some of the parties, like because I go college hopping and stuff. Like we go to
Mhm.
we went to Ohio State. We went to a bar. It was an 18+ bar, but they did
Yeah.
serve alcohol, and you had to like show your ID and everything. So obviously I couldn't get any.
Mhm.
But there was like 700 people in there. It was crazy, and everybody was just like turning
Yeah,
up,
man. There
going
was a
crazy.
lot of people.
It was wild. I've definitely never seen a sight like that before in my life. But so yeah, like some of these colleges, there's like frat parties, and at other places there's like bars, like 18+ bars that people go to.
What is like
Except for the one I was in.
crazy? What is like the craziest thing you've seen at these parties? Because you've been to a lot, bro. So like,
Yeah,
what's like
okay.
like something you saw
Yeah,
and you
well,
were
I
like,
wanna hear some of
"Yo, I
these."
gotta get."
So when I was in Toledo, I was just there yesterday, but not this
Ohio?
time. And yeah,
Okay.
there was it was like the welcome week for Toledo, and I had already started to college like a month before this, so I kind of knew what to look like I was gonna be expecting, but it was crazy. So yeah, like I've been like I've almost got caught up in some stuff at these places that I shouldn't have been in. Like I wasn't even involved. Like I walk into this place, and so there's like guest lists, and my friend Taylor put me on the guest list, and they were having problems pulling it up because it was on a Google document, so they didn't have Wi-Fi for some reason, and then they were having problems with it. And so Taylor had to like vouch for me. And the guy like they have bouncers at this place, and I'm like, what? They had like tarps like around the house.
What?
It was
What the
crazy.
heck?
There was probably like 800 people there. I'm not gonna lie. In this house and like
Yeah.
on the backyard and the front yard. But that was it was crazy just walking in there. The guy like all of my friends walked in front of me. There was like 8 of us, and then the guy puts his arm out in front of me and is like, "No, you ain't getting in. You're not with them." And I was like, "What?" I was with them, and you're like, "Oh, why are you struggling back so far?" And I wasn't. I was like, I was on top of them because they made sure to
What?
say that I stayed there. So that was kind of crazy. But then we get in because he ended up talking to him and it was fine. I get in and there's a guy doing like a beer bong, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was doing it was a 2-story beer bong. So like he's standing in the
Oh
front
my
yard
God.
and there's a guy hanging out the window on the second floor pouring beers into this thing. It was craziest thing ever. And he
Oh
does
my
the whole
God,
thing.
dude,
It
that's
was
college.
awesome.
This is where America is so different than Canada, where I live. Where
You
I
do
live,
that kind of
where
stuff.
no, where I live, with the universities I have, there's like dorms. That shit
Mhm.
doesn't happen, man.
Yeah,
That-
it's off campus.
that-
Like they have
that's-
off-campus houses, and that's
Yeah,
what-
that there's
Okay.
none of that.
That's where it all
Usually
goes down.
there's house parties, or because we don't have to wait till we're 21. Usually when we get out of high school, the year after high school, majority of people turn 19. They're going to Vancouver,
Oh,
going to
yeah.
the clubs. So they don't
Yeah,
even
that's-
drink at houses anymore. So that's why it's
Yeah.
so different. There's like the odd occasion a big house party, but majority of them are just full of like 17, 16-year-old girls and guys because they can't drink of age, right? And usually they're shut down by the
Fuck you.
cops, but the clubs in Vancouver run till like 3 a.m. So people are partying hard every weekend in Canada. Like,
Yeah,
where
that's
I
how it
live-
is here.
Right after high school too, man.
Well, yeah, like
Wild.
where I live too, the clubs are open all week, pretty much. So
Oh my God.
you'll have people on Sunday at 3 a.m. just getting fucked and plastered in Vancouver,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's
That's
just so
crazy.
weird.
Dude, they have like a thing at Ohio State. They were telling me about it. They're like, some of the people there have like fake IDs, so they can like
People at
get
Ohio
stuff.
State go wild, man.
Dude, they go
Guys are
insane.
wild.
They're like, yeah, on Fridays there's this bar, and if you go there, they'll sell you a pitcher of alcohol, like a big ass freaking pitcher, and it's $1. And they're like, we skip class, and it's at 2. It's at 2 p.m. and on a Friday.
What?
they're telling me they're like, yeah, every Friday we just take the bus and we skip our 1 o'clock class and go freaking buy. And at 2 we go and we buy $1 pitchers. I'm like, dude, what in the world? You skip your classes and go $5
And drink at
pitcher.
2 o'clock.
and drink at 2 o'clock, and then they just had a party for the rest of the day until like 3 in the morning. It's insane.
God,
But
dude.
like,
That's-
it's at all these parties. There's always like the groups too. There's like the stoners and there's like the druggies and stuff. But like, it's just weird to see everybody together. Like, I've never seen it. Like you were asking about the craziest thing I've ever seen, but apparently there was like this room at one of these places. I had never been there. Still never been there. But like my friend was telling me about it, and he's like, I walked in and they're like, all right, we're about to start snorting lines. You snorting or what? And they like basically made him.
What?
They were like threatening him, and so he did it. He's like a guy in my frat. He's like 20
Yes.
right now. He's like, dude, he's like so big. He has like this condition where he gains weight off of like everything. It's like, I forget what it's called. His
Yeah.
body like doesn't get rid of waste. I don't know. It's something weird. And
Dude,
he's
that's
like, every
fucked.
time he runs, he pukes. And he's like,
That's fucked.
he gets so out of
Yeah.
breath. And he's like dry heaving. And he's like, dude, I started that line and I literally ran back to this house, which was a mile away. And I was like, you ran? We were all so surprised that he ran. It was the funniest thing. But yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I'd never get into that stuff, but hey, I mean, it's your life. Live it up, I guess.
I mean, we know where Brandon's at in his life right now. I mean, he's Twitch streaming and stuff. We know where Ethan is. He's at that college life. He's getting it. He's experiencing a lot of things. But we got Gabe.
Yeah. What is
Oh,
Gabe
yeah.
up to?
Where
What's
did
Gabe
like,
up
what are you
to?
up to? Like
Big
I
high
was
school days.
the high school. You know,
Uh,
are you coming back to YouTube? Like, what's the plan here? Are you gonna be a
Alright,
shoe
so-
salesman?
Gaming.
We'll see. Okay, so right now I'm 17, so I'm a junior in high school.
Yeah,
It's the worst year
so-
for like school,
It-
I know
it
it's
sucks.
horrible.
like grades and
um,
stuff.
It's disgusting, but I mean, I go to school. I have a job at Popeyes. So I be cooking
Yeah.
right there, bro. Making the sandwiches, you
Popeyes.
know. It's alright. I mean, just where I'm at in my life is just like school and work. Really. I'm saving up to buy a car. I mean, that's like the thing I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
I've just been like hustling, bro. Like just getting that bag, going to school. Like I've just been like, just like simple shit. Like that's
The
really
high
it.
school life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like high school life. Not really too much on girls right now because girls be wilding, bro, and they be I don't know, but just school and work is really where I'm at right now in my life.
But let's
Dude,
all be honest.
honestly,
Gabe has
same.
the looks. Gabe has the looks, man.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's the
I
curls, bro. It's the
mean-
curls, bro.
Fly.
It's the curls, bro.
He's
It's
a
the
fly
curls, bro.
motherfucker. The
Yeah.
curls. It's definitely the
It's
curls.
the curls, bro. It's the curls, bro. Thank you. I
Like,
appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, everybody's blown up so much, bro. It's
I know
crazy.
we're all like
Oh,
older now.
facts.
It's fucking Brandon with the ramen noodles. We got
Brandon got like 20 different piercings
looking
all
like
over
a
his
fucking
body, bro.
model out of nowhere. Like it's crazy.
You
But,
know
I mean,
what? I like piercings. The piercings got are good. I'm not gonna get any more. I'm not gonna get my fucking like dick pierced and shit. But the piercings I have,
Have you guys seen?
thing I
they're
Have
a
you guys
trend.
seen those? Have you
Dude,
guys
they're
seen those?
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
One time I was,
it's
I think I was like
disgusting.
15 when I
It's
saw
so
my
bad.
first one. I was watching porn and I was like, "What is that
What
on
if
that
that thing
guy's
tears
penis?"
off?
Fucking look, there's just a fucking bar between the guy's cock. I'm like, okay, that's a little fucking disgusting. Like I don't.
When the
I think I
asshole's
got the
too tight and
piercings
it
that
just
most.
fucking rips off.
Well, I got the piercings most guys have. I got the 2 ear piercings that are like they
I got
fucking the diamond looking ones. I got
The
the nose
earlobes? Yeah.
piercing, and then I got the septum one. Right?
Yeah.
It's just a fucking trend. I like it. It's cool. You know, am I gonna keep it for the rest of my life? Who fucking knows? I'm gonna be 60 years old rocking all these piercings. Maybe.
Yes, that would be hot.
You look good with them.
What is your guys' favorite memory of all of us together playing games or doing something in a Skype call? What was your guys' favorite memories? One of your
This is
favorites.
a tough one, man. This is definitely a tough
Dude,
one.
I
A
got
lot
one
of us
right
said
now.
it.
I got one right now.
Go for it, man. Go.
All right.
for it.
So I just remember. Okay, I remember like this is like not a certain event, but like we would always stay up like all night playing whatever. And the one time I stayed up for 2 days straight, so I was just on Skype the whole time. Like people would come
we were
and
sleeping
go.
in the we were playing sleeping in the calls. H1Z1.
Yeah,
We'd play
sleeping
H1Z1
Yes, dude, that
forever.
was
And
the
sleep in the
days
call.
right there. H1Z1. We gotta be honest here. H1Z1 one of the best days. Like
Oh yeah.
Such a good
it's
Wait,
game.
you know what's the
one of
funny
best
thing?
years.
We didn't even make content on it, but we fucking played it. We
Yeah,
played
yeah,
it.
No,
like,
that's
we
what made it
literally
even
Imagine
better.
if we did.
Yeah, I know. The memories,
Yeah.
the amount of stuff we did on there, it would have been so funny because we would stay up for hours. Like if somebody streamed, if we had a really good PC like we have
We
now,
could
our
have
setups now.
gone
I
somewhere
streamed.
for
I used to
sure.
stream it sometimes, and I have a couple videos. I never any YouTube
Yeah,
videos
Ethan
on
was, I think I remember Ethan streaming.
Dude,
because
does
like
it-
Cernius would always be on there going crazy.
who remembers this memory of Gabe? No matter what game this motherfucker picked up, he was better than all of us in.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Minecraft. We all
Dude,
Minecraft?
This kid.
CS:GO,
He's-
H1, he picked it up.
You remember that?
He's like on Minecraft. I remember we were playing, and he's like, "Dude, I'm about to so PvP," and he comes back like a week later, and we do those 1v1. He was literally like a god.
Yo,
I
I
remember, like a
remember,
week and we all played for like 4
I remember
years.
when Ethan. So I remember this when Ethan and Zeke says we weren't all talking because something happened between us, right? I forget what happened. We just stopped talking, and it was just me and Gabe. Me and Gabe were playing CS:GO.
Oh, yeah.
I'm silver 1 at this point.
Mhm.
I think a week goes by. Gabe got to silver elite. He was so much better than me. I was
Yes.
so salty, but I didn't tell him. I was so salty because he got CS:GO and he somehow fucking became a pro. No matter what game this kid picks up, he is so good at it.
Dude, I don't. He's
Yeah,
like
you
a
guys are too
god.
nice, bro. You guys are too nice.
No, it's like.
Wait, who
True, it's the truth.
who remembers our sing-along Skype calls? Like when I used to do Justin Bieber and shit?
I have a lot of those recorded.
Dude, yeah, I have some of those too.
I have some still uploaded, dude. I remember we all went fucking crazy on that panda song.
Yeah, Panda.
It was like the panda. We're
We
going
all had, like our
crazy,
webcams
man.
on and everything.
Like my ass cheeks were hanging out and everything, dude. I was going wild.
Do you guys remember we used to do like UHC? You remember that shit? Speedrun on PC.
oh yeah,
I
yeah.
used to love UHC scene. It was nice. Like I mean, we would all just sit. I mean, it was long. And
What
it
about our
kinda sucked when
faction
you died.
server? What about us when we did
The
factions?
factions. We did that for like I feel like it was such a short amount of time, honestly, but
You know
when
what
we
we
did
did?
it was fun.
It's a small.
You know what was
memory
the
for sure.
shortest thing we ever did? Was the fucking SMP. I
yeah,
got one
I
episode
was so
out.
excited for that.
Yeah,
I
I got.
uploaded episodes, and then it just like we're done.
Everybody stopped. I think that's when H1 came out. Honestly, I think it was around that time.
We kind of
Yeah.
hop from game to game here and there.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
That-
I mean, we're still making memories though.
I'm trying to like think of like games where like we thrived. We did like we. Do you remember when I was talking about this earlier today? Do you guys remember when I think it was Zach and Zeke's had found it, or it may have been Zach and Ethan? I can't remember. And it was the survival games gun. with
Yes,
guns.
I remember that.
Do you remember that?
I remember
And all of
being
a sudden,
part of that, but
we all hopped on and we were running with guns in Minecraft playing survival games.
Dude, that was I think I was the one that found that because watching some YouTuber play it or something.
it was Ethan because I remember it because we hopped on and it was like revolutionary.
They had like
There
a
was fucking
version of
guns online.
CS:GO in it. Like, do you remember that? We would like play and it'd be like round.
Yeah,
You'd have to like
I
go
remember
defuse the
CS:GO
bomb
on
and stuff.
Minecraft, like Mineplex, for sure. I remember that.
I'm like, all I remember is I swear to God, Zeke's was so addicted to Mineplex.
Hello?
You know what I mean? Hello?
Oh, it cut
Oh,
out.
okay. Do you guys remember when Zeke's was addicted to Mineplex? Dude, this guy played Mineplex all the time.
Yes.
All the
Listen,
time. Like, even the parkour videos where he just talked, it was fucking Mineplex.
Yeah,
I know,
The thing
yeah.
with it was, like, there was bad line, there was all those crazy servers, but you hop on Mineplex, and realistically, it was a bunch of little kids, right? So
Mhm.
to record content and commentate, like I was doing it live, like I was recording the content and then commentating over it. I would do
You
it
know-
at the same time.
You know what I found?
and it was easier.
Does anyone remember YouTube back when we played on PS3? We would record with our phones or whatever.
That's
YouTube
where
was
it all
so
started, man.
YouTube was so much easier to grow because there was no such thing as clout chasers. And as these years got closer, the Viners went to YouTube, or to
Yeah.
Instagram. TikTok came out, and now it's so much clout. People want drama. They want a taste of everything. And YouTube and the way it used to be is changed so much since I've started. I've watched it. Growing on YouTube is 10 times harder than it was back then. I used to get,
yeah.
I got 1,200 views on a phone video playing UHC. I upload a content video with like music, full HD webcam, full HD Elgato, and it's so hard to get your video out now these days. Like, it's just everybody has the stuff. It's like everybody's asking you for Christmas. Like, people are making content. It is so hard. Like, the hype was to be like, if you got 1 million, no, not even 500,000 subscribers, it was like, holy shit. 1,000 subscribers, like, you're making it. Now it's like someone gets 1 million subscribers, they're like, huh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I
it was-
mean?
Yeah, I know. It's not even like a big thing anymore. It's crazy.
It's
So-
not.
If we all really want to think about it here, we're gonna put this into perspective. So if nobody here picked up their controllers, their keyboards and mouses, like we would not even know who the fuck each other were.
I know. It's crazy to me.
Just think
You know-
about that. One step, inviting or finding people in comment sections.
Sorry, this is the process that happened where I met everyone. I was in, remember my cousin Anthony, Anthokin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was in his basement, and I was watching YouTube videos. He was sleeping. I was watching YouTube videos, and I just started getting to Minecraft. I hated Minecraft. I wasn't gonna play it. I got into Minecraft, and I had been watching Hero Brian videos. I remember this, and I was watching Only One Gamer. So as I got into that, I had pushed, waiting for the right content from Only One Gamer that I like, because maybe I'll be able to play with this guy. I had seen that he was playing with this guy named Slim Skittles, which was Zach, right? So I had clicked on Zach's channel, and he didn't really have that many subscribers, but he had the views, but he didn't have many subscribers. And I was like, you know what, if this kid can make it and play with Only One Gamer, maybe I can, or maybe I'll get Slim to play on it. Maybe he'll like my stuff and we can become friends. So I had added him, said play on my world. He added me back, and I joined his lobby, Modern Warfare 2. I talked about my world all the time. He was with this little kid, Evan. Remember Evan?
I
guys ever-
remember Evan, dude.
Yeah,
That kid
he was
a
with that.
squeaker.
Yeah, that kid was weird. He always crap talked to me. But he was playing with Evan, and then what happened was Anthony had loaded up the world that night. We got him in there, and he loved it. He loved it. He got some videos done, and then all of a sudden we got a bunch of people. Koopa Jr., I think his name was.
I remember that guy.
And we built some freaking random ass like map, and then I met Zeke's to them, and then that's how was my start meeting everybody, was through just seeing Zach on a YouTube video.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
it was-
remember.
Go
Go
for
ahead.
it, Ethan.
You can go because yours is like along this timeline.
Okay, yeah. So I just remember jumping in because I was a little bit, on the shyer side because obviously it was a big community in like Minecraft, PS3, and stuff like that, and PS4. But all of that like build team stuff, like hopping into that, I remember I hopped into and I was a big True Triz fan. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. I was like I would suck this guy's dick almost, and I
I
love his
remember.
content. But I would jump in to like maps and stuff, and I jumped into Slim Skittles map, right? And they were just I think it was like Brandon, it was like Zach, it was I think PSN Skulls Me, which is obviously, Skulls Me.
Mm.
But they were just colliding and they were like, fuck True Triz, fuck this and that. And I was so upset. And like I was about to grief the whole entire map, and then I didn't. And then later on we did the build team thing, right? Because we wanted to start like what was it? I don't even remember what it was called. It was like Snow fuck, I don't know his name. I don't even remember. It was like Snow something.
Oh yeah,
Do you remember that, Brandon?
that Gollum guy.
Yeah, it was like the Snow Golem guy.
Yeah.
His name
But-
is Snowdriven.
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 Yeah. It's been a long ass. But yeah, we joined that team, and I don't know, man. It's where it all
I just remember
started.
like what?
What?
Oh, I was gonna say I just remember like, I was like all by myself because I was doing like PC stuff, and no one had like a laptop or a PC at that time, and I was like doing like let's plays on Minecraft, and then Preston and I were cousins, so we would always see each other. And I remember when you started doing YouTube, it like made me want to do it even more. So then I did,
Yeah.
and then like you added me to a Kit group chat one time with like 60 people, and I remember the first person that said anything was Zach, and he was like, I don't remember what he said, but I remember his picture was like his avatar picture was like a guitar, and I don't know why I remember that, but like I play guitar too, so it just reminded me of like I had something
Yeah.
in common with him. But that's when I like first figured out who people were, like what their names were and everything. And then like I always had like Gabe commenting on my YouTube videos. His name, he had like that freaking cat with like the glasses.
I remember that shit.
Like
He
the
was a big-
galaxy.
he
It's
was a
like
big
that-
fan almost.
Yeah.
He
And then we
wasn't
started
he was a fan of us, and then we let him
Uh-huh.
play with
He was like a
us.
fan, and we got him in
Yeah.
our Skype call one time. We were like playing Minecraft with him on PC.
I
And we're like,
played
"Yo, we like
Minecraft
this
with
kid."
Gabe when he
Mhm.
was like 9 or some shit. I swear to God. It was
Yeah, Gabe was definitely the youngest out of all of us. Like,
Oh yeah, he was like 12 at one point, wasn't he?
yeah,
Because I was like
super young.
14. I was like 13, 14.
yeah.
I was,
Because
like,
when
14.
I started playing with Zach, I was 14, and then, yeah, I was 14. So Gabe, I don't know. Gabe's like what? What is he now? Like 16?
He's 17 right now. He said that
He's
earlier.
17.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He was 4 years younger than me, so he was 10 when I was playing with Zach.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that fucking weird?
Like
That
this
is
kid grew
crazy.
up with us almost.
We all
That's
grew up
wild.
together, basically. I mean, like,
Yeah,
me and
yeah.
Preston were like 13, probably. Gabe
You know-
was 10.
You know,
Ethan,
when I met Zach in person, I remember that, like, you guys used to talk about the nostalgia of meeting each other in person.
Yeah.
It was like that. It was like, dude, where's the screen?
was-
When I saw him and he was talking to me, I was like, where's the screen at?
it was
it was
so
so-
unreal, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, when we saw him walking like by that library.
We
the first
saw
time,
so the
that
first time we
water
saw
gate or
him,
whatever.
yeah, it was a church, and we were driving up. We're like, oh my God, this is gonna be absolutely. I just butterflies, and we see because this kid was tall.
He was like
we,
running.
we see this giant run behind this church. He just fucking just see him. I'm like, is that
He
Zach?
was like
dude?
running in someone's backyard that was also like the backyard of a church.
And we pull up and we're like, if that's not Zach, dude, we need to get the hell out. We pulled up and Zach comes over and it was the weirdest thing ever. It's been a good podcast, guys. I like
Yeah.
this. Fun. I mean, learned a lot of things about each other.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
bushes.
Yes, sir.
You know, the bushes.
Well, if you
the
guys enjoyed the
nudes.
podcast, I'm Mexmer. I'm your boy. If you guys want to see everybody's channels, they'll be linked in the description below, of course.
My
You already
SoundCloud,
know.
peep that.
eCoco SoundCloud. Hey, check me out, guys.
Check me out on Apple Music, Spotify, basically any streaming service. You
Check
dig,
out
you
Gabe's
heard.
shoe
eCoco.
sensation
You can
sale.
plug my like Snapchat or
Let's fucking do it.
Hey, plug your Snapchat.
all right.
Plug her
So it's O, like O, the letter O, and then Gabriel, but the L in Gabriel is an I, so it's like O Gabriel. You know,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Upload.
You know, I was telling Christian
He's
earlier,
single.
he didn't get it. So